Hello, this is Wishingwell, and here's a bit of some information on the underwater player launcher in case you're interested. So what I've done is I've set up 4 different player launchers here. That's 12 blocks underneath the water, 15, 17, and 19. And one thing that I found out, depending on how far you are under the water, is how far you'll actually go up. So this is my rough little thing. So if you're 12 blocks underwater, it's between 75 and 80 up in the air. 15 blocks underwater, 64 to 66. And then you got 17 blocks, 62 to 64. And then 19 blocks is 52 to 64. So that gives you an idea of these two sort of cross over. But since wind charges are very random, how far you go up in the air is also quite random, which is why you can see that the measurements here are not exactly precise. But roughly, standard player launcher from the ground is about 135 up in the air. Let me show you. This is a 8 player launcher, which is about cloud level. And for example, if we go to the 19 blocks underwater, this one here, as you'll see, we don't actually go up that far. So you start to lose a bit of momentum with the water. So what I did as an experiment, as you can see by this little pattern here, what you could do, if you want to prank a friend who happens to live on the water, you can build a player launcher underneath the water. Now, this is the only problem though, you actually end up with this. But what you could do is you could actually hide it a little better than what I've hidden it. So here we go. But it still gets you out of the water pretty good. Now let me show you how I put this player launcher together. So what I'll do is I'll break this block here so you can see it. You have your 8 player launchers down here, or your dispensers, your chain, and your pressure plate. And what I've done is I've just hidden it with gravel. And what you can do is you can go down there and use a sponge to remove the water. But I did find out though that you don't really need that. You can actually shot it out of the water without actually removing the water at all, which that's cool. I didn't think this was a thing, but yeah, you can actually shoot through the water. I don't think you go as far, but it is still something if you don't actually have any lichen hanging around, or you just want to do a sneaky player launcher. But there you go. So that's how the underwater player launcher works. Feel free to use it, and credit Cub Fan for the initial design of the player launcher. He's the one I first saw do it, and then I saw Etho do it very soon after he did. So thank you very much for watching. This has been Wishingwell, and have a lovely day, and I'll see you next time.